to Video Voices KDET. We're glad you joined us here on our new channel, Channel 14.
We hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving break. Last week was Thanksgiving, as you all know, and throughout the country, families came together to share the special holiday. Here's our Jill Smith with a recap on how her family spent the day.
Thanksgiving Day for these Concordia alumni, faculty, and students was more than just a big meal. They spent the day playing cards, napping, and of course eating. This Concordia family looks forward to their reunion on Thanksgiving Day every year.
This past Friday was the first official Christmas shopping day. The malls were packed from dusk till dawn with frenzied shoppers searching for just that right gift for that someone special. We decided to find out just how many of our cadets had started their Christmas shopping and if any were brave enough to go out into the malls last Friday.
Julie, since you work at the mall, tell us what it's like on the day after Thanksgiving.
It's chaotic. There are people everywhere. It's just, people are always like grabbing you one way and another person's grabbing you the other way. And it's just impossible to help everyone because the store is always jam-packed and we have to watch shoplifters and everything. It's just crazy.
Have you done your Christmas shopping yet?
I've done some, but I pretty much have made a list and have an idea what I'm going to be getting people. We went to Chicago last weekend, but I didn't really buy too much.
When do you plan to do most of it?
Oh, between now and Christmas Eve.
Have you done your Christmas shopping yet, Mr. LeBeau?
No.
No? When do you plan on doing it?
About the 1st of January.
For this year?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So your kids don't have any presents under the trees?
No.
Val, since your mom goes shopping on the day after Thanksgiving, can you sort of tell us what that's like?
Well, she comes home super mean. She leaves. She's gone the whole day. She comes back with bags and bags. Everybody has to carry them in, and it's all over.
Well, for all of you who have yet to finish your shopping days, there are only 24 of them left.
The annual Cadets and Cadence auction will begin this Thursday with the silent auction and conclude Friday with the oral auction extravaganza. This year's theme is Sounds of Christmas, and all the proceeds will go to the general fund.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes is one of the many organizations at Concordia for which its members do not have to meet any criteria. Well, of course, they do have to be Concordia students. Two of our reporters got a close-up view on FCA this week.
FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, is a group of students and teachers who get together every Thursday morning to share as well as grow in their faith. Prayers are said before and after each group meeting. Mrs. Beck and Mrs. Mullering are FCA's adult leaders. Here's Mrs. Beck with a few words regarding FCA.
FCA has really been a blessing to me the last couple of years. I just came on board probably about 3 years ago and got involved with Mrs. Mullering, who's been here for probably the last 8-10 years, and phenomenal things are happening right now, but a lot happened in a small room a long time ago that I really believe brought FCA to this point today. Kids were getting together in small numbers, maybe 4 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids, every week to pray and talk to each other about their needs. And FCA remained small, just a very background thing at Concordia for a long time until just a couple years ago. All of a sudden at the first fall meeting, 80 kids showed up and we're going, wow. And it's exciting, but I am not wowed by numbers. I am a lot more interested in people's hearts and what God's doing to change people. And we're excited because we really believe that kids are coming because they want to grow and they want to know Jesus in a more intimate way. And they're excited about their faith. They're learning to live out their faith right here in this school.
If you're interested in FCA, come to the Auditorium Lounge every Thursday morning at 7:15. We hope to see you there. The National Honor Society of Concordia High School is busy preparing for its service project this year. The members will be changing a portion of a recreation room into a library at Lutheran Child Care Center in Redeemer Lutheran Church. Let's travel inside to hear Chris Willig, the chairman of this project, give us more details.
All right, we're here at Lutheran Child Care Center, and this is our corner. We've been given a personal library personal area, and what we're going to do is we're going to block this off from the rest of the action going on, and maybe put some dividers up, sort of similar to these, and then we're going to put a loft in here so the kids can climb up there, and we can like double our space. And then down here we're going to have books and materials for them to enjoy, entertain themselves with. And we're going to have a little cubby hole here where kids can go back in there and just be by themselves, you know, kind of get away from all the wild action that's going on out here.
Mary Davis, the director of Lutheran Child Care Center, is excited about the educational enrichment the library will provide for the poverty-level children which attend it daily.
I just think it's great that you care enough about the children here to come and not only, do the grant, but also, provide the time. I think that's terrific.
Construction of the library is scheduled to begin on December 9th.
When thinking about which college to choose, don't let the factor of money get you down. In the main office is a large notebook filled with scholarship, grant, and loan applications which you can apply for. A financial aid booklet is also available which you can check out from Mrs. Neller. Some scholarships to be aware of are the National Scholarship Program of the Printing, Publishing, and Packaging Industries, the Educational Communication Scholarship Foundation, and the Indiana Association of Private Career Schools and Scholarship Program. If you have any questions about scholarships, grants, or loans, make an appointment with Mr. Arnold.
On November 20th, a two-man rap group named the Firefighters entertained the student body during a morning assembly. They sang 3 songs and gave a Christian witness. One of the firefighters is student teacher Dave Wells.
Excuse me, folks, but could we talk? I've got a tape I'd like to give the boys totally free. This is gospel rap music, and the rapper is me. She said, you're putting me on. Tell me what's the scam? I said, it really is free. He can have it, man. She said, are you sure? I said, here it is. She said, you mean he can just have it? And I said, it's his. She started to take it, but then she said, wait a minute. Now tell me the truth about this tape. What is in it? I told her again, just like I told her before. It is a gospel rap tape all about the Lord. She said, but why is it free? I do not understand. I said, because I want your son rapping with the big man. They took the tape and they both thanked me. I never knew it'd be so tough to give out something free.
Tapes by the Firefighters were on sale last week at $1 a piece. All 160 tapes sold out in one day. More tapes are being ordered from California. Most of the students said that the tapes were either for themselves or as a Christmas present for someone else. If you're in need of a job, you've come to the right place. Concordia High School's Bulletin Board of Jobs is next.
Here's Monica with sports.
Thank you, Danielle. The basketball season got underway this past weekend. On Friday, the Cadets defeated Leo High School 91-39. Ryan Dillinger was the leading scorer. On Saturday, the Cadets lost to a strong North Miami team, 51-48. Once again, Ryan Dillinger was the top scorer. The record is now 1-1. New Haven travels here on Saturday, and we'll hope to see you at that game. KDET-TV would like to congratulate the Bishop Luer Knights on their state championship win. The Knights defeated Tri-West with a field goal with only 1 second remaining in the game. Fred Moore led the score with 3 touchdowns as the Knights won 24-22. Congratulations. Bringing us an update on the boys swim team, here is Jason Quant.
Jason Quant. I'm here with Chris Pokowinski, the swim team coach for Concordia. Chris, how many people are on the team this year?
Well, we've got 8 on this year, but we could use a few more people to round out some odd ends we have, Jason.
What are your main strengths? Do you think the main strengths are for the team?
Our main strengths definitely lie in Chappie Dorks, breaststroke, and IM. And we have Matt is a really good butterflyer, and we have some good freestylers out.
So overall, what would you say the expectations are for the team?
Well, we shouldn't build ourselves up too much over this point. We're looking fairly well in our sectional. However, right now we need to put this year as a year of organization and just really keep our heads together.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Chris. The cadet swim team began as a new club at Concordia just last year. They started off their season with a good start. The team consists of the following members, which have put in time, effort, and dedication to make the swim team a success: Dave Wirt, Chappie Dork, Mark Travis, Matt Pickney, Jason Quant, Aaron Braun, and Jeff Giles. The swim team begins their first meet December 16th for a normal invitational. Hi, I'm here with Jeff Giles today, and a member of the Concordia swim team. Jeff, what are your expectations for the team this year?
Well, I hope to come in second or third this year in most of the diving meets. And at sectionals, I hope to get 7th.
Okay, great. What made you decide to come out for the team?
Mainly to get in shape for track.
Alrighty. What are your favorite dives?
Well, I have a lot of favorite dives, but I'm not very good at them. So the ones I'm good at is an inward twist, back dive, pike, and reverse dive and pike. That's about it.
All right, great. Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
There seems to be a problem with lifting weights after school. The school policy states that a student may not lift weights without teacher supervision. For those students who would like to lift weights but have no supervision, we have the answer to your problems. Coach Barry Peterson, a teacher at Northside High School, has offered to lead conditioning sessions for the upcoming spring sports. The conditioning will consist of lifting weights and some running. The conditioning is not just for those who are involved in spring sports, but anyone who wants to get in shape. The wrestling team held their first tournament here at Concordia on Saturday, November 25th. Coach Ed LeBeau and assistant coach Peter Belisle both cheered the team on, which resulted in a victorious 6 wins and 0 losses. Our wrestling team defeated Southside, DeKalb, South Adams, Heritage, Bluffton, and Bishop Lewis High School during the tournament. The team seems to be off to a terrific start this year. I am sure that they would appreciate your support at their next meet on December 5th here at Concordia, as they will hopefully defeat Elmhurst High School.
We all know that the holiday season means busy times, so here are a few coming attractions that can make your days even more chaotic. As the cold weather rolls in, so does the season for wearing furs. But as fur shops bring in the buyers, the question remains whether or not furring is humane. Here's Carrie Burkott with her view on the subject.
The question we're asking you today is wearing furs morally right? In my opinion, no. One of my favorite anti-fur slogans states that it takes up to 40 dumb animals to make a fur coat, but only one to wear it. How true. Suppose you were born into this world for the simple purpose of being slaughtered for someone else's selfish reasons, because that's the case at mink, rabbit, raccoon, and fox farms. I have been to a rabbit farm on one of their many butchering days, and I've witnessed the murder for myself. First, they take a heavy hammer and hit it over the head, knocking it unconscious. Then they take a small pocket knife and make a cut along its back. Then one man takes a hold of the head and the other the hindquarters, and then they literally rip the fur off, shredding the innocent rabbit into pieces. Remember, the rabbit wasn't even dead yet. This is just one way they used to do away with them. Any way chosen, however, it turns into a bloody massacre and a heinous murder. Fur sales in the United States have tripled in the last decade to $1.8 billion, thanks to a flood of cheap imported pelts. Predictions for this year are over $2 billion. In Europe, however, it is almost a taboo to wear a fur coat, as they have taken a more aggressive and effective approach. In Holland, one commercial shows a runway with ladies modeling furs off. Suddenly, blood starts gushing from the fur coats, turning it into a bloodbath. Then another one shows a fur shop with meat, a piece of meat on the floor, with maggots crawling all over it. Needless to say, fur sales have dropped 80% in Holland. Fur retailers predict this approach would backfire in the United States. Bernard Broger, who is a fur salesman, says, quote, "Women in this country don't like to be told what to wear. American women love luxury," unquote. Well, I, for one, don't want this man speaking for me. I find this remark extremely judgmental and superficial. ALF, standing for our Animal Liberation Front, will continue its war against Nazism until the bloody fur trade is abolished forever. Because that's one point of view that most of us don't even think to look at it by. It is Nazism. The fur industry is the easiest to attack since it trades on vanity and status symbols. There will always be some way to justify animal testing for a cure for diseases like AIDS or cancer. But when they are tortured for our own vanity, I have no problem drawing the line right there. It isn't necessary to torture and kill animals to show how much money you have. You can buy a nice cloth coat and pin money to it. It serves the same purpose. So like I said, it takes up to 40 dumb animals to make a fur coat, but only one to wear it. Real people wear fake furs.
Our principal, Mr. Herzog, declared last Tuesday as Exemplary School Sweatshirt Day for all the teachers. Mr. Herzog also took advantage of this wonderful PR opportunity by getting a before-school photo of the entire faculty and staff. Although a few teachers stripped off their exemplary sweatshirts as soon as they were out of sight of the administration's office, most teachers stuck it out and endured the sarcasm of students. Mr. Leyenbauer, a computer and math teacher at Concordia, explained, "I think that we look funny, but we should still be proud that we're part of the school that gets this award. For those of you who would like your very own exemplary sweatshirt, please check the student bookstore."
Only 1 week ago, many of you were stuffing your faces with the traditional Thanksgiving meal. Now we turn to Mike and one of his friends who makes this meal possible for many Americans.
Although it's after Thanksgiving, I'd like to introduce to you someone who is very happy that Thanksgiving has passed. Video voice viewers, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Turkey. Mr. Turkey, what are your thoughts of Thanksgiving? As a turkey, what is it like knowing you are going to be someone's dinner? I see. Do you have any final thoughts or ideas about saving the turkeys? Here are some highlights from the foods class.
before I eat turkey again, Danielle.
Yeah. Well, that's all for Video Voice this week. Don't forget to check us out next week on Channel 14.